Well, this is the hottest pop culture stories of the day. This is Hot to Go. I'm Brittany.
I'm Kendall.
And I'm Mike.
And Kim Kardashian's trial from 2016 is kicking off. We had jurors selected on Monday as French courts make the necessary preparations to hear witness testimony in the trial of those who are accused of stealing jewelry worth $9 million at gunpoint from Kim Kardashian. Yeah, it was the opening day of proceedings against 10 people charged in the connection of the 2016 robbery, were alleged to have held Kim Kardashian up by gunpoint in Paris for the city's fashion week. We remember this all when it happened, and then it played out on Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
That was wild.
I know. That's when you go, holy buckets. So yeah, she will be heading in. She already, I believe she's in Paris now. She will be she has to be heard on trial. The way they do things is obviously different than America. Even the fact that we're saying that 10 people are being charged at once to me is like, I'm sorry, what do you...
It would have been 11, but one of them's dead.
Cool. I mean, not cool.
It's a lot.
Cool.
Cool.
I just feel like that's a fun fact. But I just feel like, how do you go out of 10 people? Like, you guys are all guilty, but like none of us are guilty the same amount, right? Or are we? I don't know. I don't know how this works.
And they have 3 judges and like 6 jury members. It's just very different.
It's not American.
It's not America.
And did you see why one of them's dead?
Yeah, because they're old as hell.
They're all old. It's the
Yeah.
grandpa robbers. If you don't remember the story or didn't know the story like me, they were all in their 60s and 70s.
Almost all of them, yeah.
Almost all of them, yeah.
It's and it's funny because it's not funny. It's the wrong word. But
Interesting.
it's interesting, thank you, because of course the guy who worked the front desk, the night watchman of this hotel that she was staying at,
Mm-hmm.
his legal team is using that in a way to their advantage. They're like, this person was diagnosed with PTSD after the robbery. They did not see the thieves as grandpas. They saw them as determined men who pointed a gun at him and forced him onto his knees. And you're like, hey, world, stop making a joke out of this, because these are actual terrible humans. And when we lighten it up by calling them grandpas, which like, of course we're going to, they're in their 70s. This is crazy.
Yeah, but honestly, 60-year-old men, even without a gun, sometimes I go, you're scary and you could beat me up.
Well, and a couple of them that have been that are part of this are people who have been out, like they've been running from the law since, I think one of them since like 2010 or something.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
He was on the run from a 2010 conviction. Like, that's wild. And the same guy, the guy that was on the run since 2010, he's in his late 60s now. Now he suffers from hearing impairment. And so they have to have like people transcribing from him. So like, it is funny in the sense that you go, this is the same person who was an armed robber, was on the run, and you get this visual of this big, brooding, scary, strapping 30-something-year-old man. The guy now can hardly hear. He has to walk in with a cane, and his lawyers are nervous that he's getting assaulted on his way into the courtroom because he can't walk very well.
Yeah.
Like, what?
It is. It's just, that, this is like such a polarizing case in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes we have to like stop ourselves and ask, like, what is it within ourselves that we go, well, she had it coming? Because that is a narrative that has been coming out so often. Why would she show her stuff on social media? Is a lot of conversations that people are having. And what's what we had in 2016, where you go, excuse me, just because this person owns something or lives a life that is bigger or whatever does not mean anybody has the right to point a gun at you. And I know that seems obvious,
Right.
but it's conversations that are coming back up again. Like she showed it off. She
That
had
$4 million ring.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you go, I'm sorry. What? Like, it's almost like we forget
Our humanity.
1,000%.
It is so crazy too. Like, you hear one of the guys that was caught, he wrote a book about it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this, but one of the men who was found was one of the people he actually fell on his bike while escaping.
Yeah.
Dropped like almost all the jewels, including a $25,000 necklace that somebody else found, picked up, wore it to work because they were like, oh, it's probably just fake cute jewelry.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I've done that. I found like a cute ring on the sidewalk, like looked around, been like, okay, cute. Looks not real.
Yeah.
And then turning it into police later when they saw that the story was running on the BBC, they were like, oh my God, this is like a real diamond necklace. So this guy, that all happens. And he writes a book called I Kidnapped Kim Kardashian in 2021. Then he goes on to write about how he didn't really know who she was. He's like, my America is that of Elvis and Chuck Berry. And I'm like, bro, that doesn't make it better.
Chuck Berry.
And also like, really? Like, where are we going with this? The Chuck Berry
Hey,
of
Chuck,
it all, Brit?
it's your cousin,
Wait for Mike.
Marvin Berry. You know that new sound you've been listening for?
I was waiting for Mike.
Sorry.
I was like,
He's been waiting your whole life for you.
I was like, cue Mike. Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck. Back to the Future. Great movie.
Sorry.
Great
Can't
time.
remember the sea dance.
It is just, it is a crazy case. They have over 400 journalists that have signed up to try to cover the trial. That's 10 times more than like are allowed
Yeah.
in a courtroom in Central Paris on any given day.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. But everybody wants to be there for this.
Yeah. And think about it too. We complain about our courts slow, like courts being slow. This is 9 years ago, guys.
Wow.
9 years ago. Like,
Wild. I just remember at the time too, because I was watching the Kardashians like heavily at
Mhm.
this point in my life. It was hardcore back then. And
it was a dark time.
it was a dark time. I was way too deep into Kardashian
Girl,
land.
I can relate. Just a different reality show.
I'm telling you, that escapism, it says something about you. When you are
things-
digesting it on that level, you go, honey, where are you coming from?
When anyone asks you what's going on and you start explaining
the
Kardashians
drama.
chaos, or like in my case, like the Richard sisters chaos, you go, hey, things aren't well for me.
Are you in a good place?
No.
I'm not.
I think that's obvious.
I'm not actually. So I was in this place.
Yeah.
And I remember watching this episode because they had really alluded to it leading up to the season, but not in the way the Kardashians typically do. Like it was clearly still so traumatic for Kim and for her mom and for her sisters that they were more like, yeah, we're going to touch on it, but we're more going to touch on like how she's healing.
Yeah.
And they were with them that day. Cameras obviously were not with them at night. That why would they be at 3 a.m. when she was robbed? But she talks about it on the show, and you see that moment of like, no one is faking this. When Kim looked at the camera and said, all I could think in that moment when those robbers pointed the gun at my head and had me tied up, had my mouth duct taped, is all I could think of was my sister Courtney, who was still out and was going to come home and see my body and like what that would do to her for the rest of her life. And like she starts crying, and then Courtney's crying, and like everybody is, and you go, that isn't like, and that is you, that would be your last thought, would be like the loved one that's going to walk in
Who's
on
going to
you.
walk in, or being scared they're going to walk in and get shot.
Yeah. And that's what she said. She said the other part of that was, I was so grateful she wasn't there. I kept thinking, thank God Courtney's not here and she's with our security guards. Because that's the other thing. Their private security detail that would have been at the place with them was out with Courtney because she was going out because it was a big party night.
This
it's
thing,
just wild.
This Dorit Kemsley, who is in the headlines now because of her divorce, she got held at gunpoint at her own house. This is about
I
a year
remember
ago.
that. Yeah.
And her kids were in the house.
Ugh.
And she just cried going, I just kept thinking like, please don't go in my baby's room. Please don't go in my baby's room. And when you hear that, you go, yeah, that would be your first thought is like,
I don't care.
I don't care. Just don't go in their rooms. And like, you can take whatever you want.
Ugh.
I
That
know.
gives me chills.
I know. And I go, listen, I get it. There's especially like these two people are polarizing in general, both Dorit and Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian sometimes brings out the worst in people. They go, well, she's famous for a sex tape. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Like,
matter.
We can't, I know this is like conversational victim shaming, but it still hits that same bone of like, what do you mean somebody had this coming or she shouldn't have been posting about things? Like I post about my kid. Does that mean like what? People should know I have a kid and can like what? It just finish your thoughts. Like finish it through. It's not, it's you're just not, it takes away such, like you said, the humanity of it all when we start talking about people deserving to get held at gunpoint or think that they will be killed for an item they own. Yeah, they own nice things. I don't know. Like it's just it doesn't make it right. Like
No.
and I know people know that. Like I know they know that, but these conversations come up a lot.
It's gross.
It's gross. And I think, I don't know, I even say that where I'm like, I think I'm preaching to the choir because I don't feel like most people think that, but I've just heard it come up once in a while. Yeah.
Okay, another gross thing. Oh my God. People just leave her alone at this point. Blake Lively was on the red carpet for Another Simple Favor. And all of my gossip rags are all like, Blake Lively getting roasted for her gross wardrobe malfunction. I'm like, oh my God, like what could be gross about her wardrobe? Her white dress, it was like cinched. It was very beautiful. I don't understand like what's going on. Because under her armpit, some of her self-tanner and makeup had come off. So on the white dress with certain angles, you could see a little bit of it kind of like below her armpit, like along the breast line.
Awful.
And like the fact that the world had decided to rip this woman apart because her self-tanner, and maybe some of that self-tanner is where BO happens and where sweat happens, and make you feel shame for that is a level of like, that stop. You people are like wrong in the head. I don't care what your take is about her harassment trial, of course, with Justin Baldoni in that lawsuit, and what you think she may or may not be lying or not lying about. What are we doing? Like, I'm sorry. Has anyone else ever worn self-tanner? It comes off.
Or like been a human, like
sweat before?
I the other day was eating I was like thinking I really have my life together. I looked really cute. I was wearing a white shirt. And I decided to eat a protein bar in the car. Did not realize I had gotten the chocolate, like the little flaky parts that come off.
Oh, yeah.
All over me.
And you're like, what?
And I go, I'm wearing this for the rest of the day. Sorry, not changing.
Well,
and like that's okay. So then you have self-tanner on your armpit.
Like, oh, we're going to make fun of somebody for that? Is that a thing we're doing now?
So
I don't care how famous you are either. Like that kind of stuff is weirdly embarrassing.
I don't even know. Like, I don't even think I would be embarrassed because I go, yeah, I had body makeup on and it got off my outfit.
I think I would be embarrassed because so many people would be pointing it out in a malicious way. I'd be like, wow, thanks. Like, I am a human.
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, I think, and you and I are really triggered by this because we just go, what? You guys, we understand like the Justin in Blake thing, but it's very much so like really. People are ready to turn on her in a weird way where it's like, hey, like, I don't know, like, let this woman live. We don't even know what's going on yet. We haven't like figured it all out. Like, let her live. It's fine. We had a reality show star straight up show his crotch because he was scratching it aggressively. And even Mike were like, no, whatever. Like, yeah. It's fine. Like, let people be humans. I don't feel like I'm sorry. I feel like I'm in that weird mood where I'm like, stop it, guys. But our listeners don't do that. Like,
and if you want to have a hot take about her and Justin, like some people here that I'm reading these comments are, but then they're all of a sudden turning it into, oh, and then she's got self-tanner around her armpit. Man. It's like, what? That has nothing to do with each other.
I know. It's so weird.
It's just like the Kim thing. Like, yeah, if you feel a certain way about her, about how they present themselves, sure, it doesn't mean they need to be treated like less of a human or you have the right to treat them as less than a human for something so dumb.
Yeah.
I go to this place of like, because I can't help it. I always go to a place of, number one, no matter someone's take and position on this, I don't see Justin Baldoni getting even close to the amount of heat that she's getting.
That's true. Yeah.
Just in general. But number two, with women, it always comes back to the wardrobe, to the way we look, to anything that is less than absolute perfection about us. Somehow, when someone disagrees with us about politics, religion, lawsuits, whatever it might be, like, it always goes back to the way you look in a way that just doesn't really happen most of the time to men in these cases. And that's what, like, I think really triggers me about this whole thing.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Thank you. Hey, I knew you would be.
Hey, yeah.
We're a team.
We are a team.
Team guys. Double thumbs up.
I'm double thumbsing up at you. And I support this woman and man. I support them all. You know who needs our support more than ever right now?
What?
I know we're going on a whole long be nice to these people, but Katy Perry. I'm a big fan of listening to other shows on this station, and Donna brought up a great point. Donna is from the 9 to Noon show, from Donna and Steve's. I won't say experiment, but experience.
You're about right. Either way works.
I'm pretty sure that a nun cursed Katy Perry. And I forgot about this until I was brought up by Donna. Back in the day, we had this big lawsuit. It wasn't even when so Katy Perry bought this property from somebody. And the lawsuit went back to the person who she bought it from. She bought it from beep boop bop, like Callahan or something. I forget the guy's last name. But the point is, they claim the nuns claim that the people who sold it didn't have the right to sell it.
Okay.
So all of a sudden, Katy Perry in 2015.
Oh, so this was a long time ago.
Yes.
Okay.
This is when her curse began. All of a sudden, she was in court dealing with nuns who are saying, this is our property. We don't want to move. We don't think she had the right. The person who sold it had the right to sell it. Hollister was who ended up buying it from the actual nuns. So they were trying to sue Katy Perry and to not let her have the property.
Okay.
The same day that this woman, Sister Catherine Rose Halsman, had testified, she collapsed and died. Things for Katy Perry have not been great since.
Does she have a rosary?
Does Katy Perry or the woman who passed away?
I know a woman who's dead has a rosary. She's, by the way, dead, so she doesn't have it anymore.
I was just going to say.
But the follow-up question, to answer your follow-up question,
because
yes, does Katy Perry have a rosary?
I don't know, but like things haven't been great for her since this went down. We have had things like the album flop, a lot of the criticism. It's a Woman's World existed. Blue Origin negative feedback. We have had also this tour is being attacked. At the end of the day, can this all be traced back to when this nun died in court?
When did she actually die? Okay, so I know the property thing was in 2015.
Yes.
No, it was that, like, she was in court for the post-judgment hearing related to the case. That's when she collapsed and died.
In court.
In court.
In 2015.
And yes. She was 89 years old.
I was just double checking because I would like to say she's definitely not cursed because she started dating Orlando Bloom in 2016. So that makes me think that you're fine.
And
the rest of this has all been on you.
From 2018 to 2024, she did get paid $15 million a year to be a judge on American Idol. I think that's okay, too.
Okay, good point.
I was fine with just Orlando Bloom, but you bring up a fair point.
That is a good point.
It's a lot of money and a lot of Orlando Bloom. We all know there is a lot of Orlando Bloom.
Maybe nuns curses. Right. Maybe nuns curses take a little bit of time because I don't really feel like when I first thought of this, I thought I don't really know if nuns are out here cursing. But then I go, well,
the Italian kind, I feel like do,
or also like a martyr. There's like a slow burn on that, right? I assume so.
Like are we talking about like burning people at the stake?
You're saying Joan of Arc kind of thing? A little.
We don't talk about religion here. Remember the emails we get?
Oh, yeah. And again, I just say, like, we look back and she's been having, and I get it. Like, it's not like the music was awful. It was awful. It wasn't a good album. We ended up walking away with one good song. But
I like where you're going with this. I do.
I just forgot this happened. And then Donna brought it up and my brain went to, we should definitely like get her some sage or something. Like, I don't know what the counter of a nun dying in court while suing you, what would be the opposite? But
honestly, it's probably 10 Hail Marys and a donation.
10? Only 10?
I don't know. It seems like enough for Katy Perry.
Remember, Katy Perry is the one who literally sent an olive branch to Taylor Swift to bury the hatchet.
Yeah.
So I think she's not past anything.
She should have buried a hatchet maybe instead. That seems aggressive.
Okay, remind me if am I wrong about this? Didn't Katy Perry start her career as a Christian singer?
Yes,
too?
she did. Maybe that's part of it.
So she had
left that behind.
Oh yeah, so she had for a while had that like
maybe
secret
like
support.
Effect? Yeah.
No, she had like that secret support that was her like secret weapon. And then when she killed that nun,
that's back when she was Kate Hudson.
Wait,
for those who don't know, she is Kate Hudson.
Yeah,
but there already was one.
There already was one, so she went with Katy Perry. Smart move.
Man, you guys, can we just have a moment for Orlando Bloom though? Because this article has a lot of photos of him from back in the day. I forgot how much that man served.
I know.
Like 10, 15 years ago.
They're a hot couple. I will say that.
So hot.
And he was at the Blue Origin launch, so that's good with their kiddo Daisy.
But did he fall into a pit for her?
Nobody loves anyone as much as Elon loves.
No.
Wrong guy.
Wrong guy.
Oops.
Wrong
Jeff
billionaire.
Bezos.
Wrong billionaire.
Jeff Bezos.
Can I tell you a really good bit of news about the Katy Perry tour?
What?
We have tickets to give away all week long.
No way.
Yes, we do.
Can we win them?
I know. I really do want to go.
I know. Brittany really, really wants to go. I'm not giving away right now, so please don't call right now. But today I will be giving away a pair of tickets and all week long.
Nice.
I love
I guess you have to listen.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know we like to tease a lot, but I'm telling you, this is the concert of the year.
No. Beyonce's coming up. And
No, but
it's
here's the
not-
thing. Here's the
Not
thing.
here, though.
Here's the thing. Beyonce, we know is going to be amazing. It is amazing. Katy Perry is the concert of the year for many reasons.
But guys, did you see those videos coming out of Mexico, of her Mexico stop at the beginning of the tour? She looks like she's like in Zombieland.
I'm telling you, it's the concert to go to. I feel like we could get more conversations about going to a Katy Perry concert than a Beyonce concert, just because like a Beyonce concert is going to be amazing, but we take that for granted. It's a Beyonce. Katy Perry, it's weird. There's stuff happening.
I'm going to let you take that one for the team for us.
And it is the Lifetimes tour. So as Brittany has talked about, we're celebrating all of Katy Perry. This isn't just the most recent album.
That is
So,
true. I do love Teenage Dream.
Yeah.
Like, I go hard for Teenage Dream. That
Yeah.
album is fantastic.
It's so good.
Okay, you might have me convinced. You guys, I have an emergency. How did I not open the show with this?
What?
Sydney Sweeney was out at Stagecoach, but she wasn't with her ex, and she wasn't with Glenn Powell. She was dancing with another famous man, real close together, butt to front.
But
Brendan, I don't know how else to say that. Brandon Sklenner. You guys,
Like-
the guy from It Ends With Us.
Oh,
The other one,
yeah.
Alice.
The one that we don't talk about ever. Were they
They
really
were like-
dancing hot and heavy?
Well, there's like videos. What? Don't, Mike. Don't take this. Don't. Just wait. For
You
me.
finish. You do you.
Wait for me.
He's not supporting women right now.
Okay, just wait for me. So now, somebody sounds.
Specifically this one.
This woman is like trying to take a very much like I'm trying not to look like I'm taking a video of it, so you can't see like super close what's going on, but you see her again, booty to front, in the most appropriate way I can say that, dancing with him, watching a set. And I'm sorry, I don't dance like that with my friends. Number one. Number two, they were talking about how much they think each other are so fantastic. And I already know what Mike is going to say. They're doing The Housemaid together.
Mm.
So this is another publicationship, and we can still ship Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney? Question mark.
You got to the end correctly. Nicely done. Love it. We're definitely still shipping. The one thing I thought was really interesting is the person who reached out to TMZ also made it noteworthy that there was no PDA that happened. They
What?
made a point of the fact that there was no PDA. They just, in that moment, got her turning and looking at him. They're just grinding up a little bit, doing a little dance. It's all right.
And no, it's also
Cindy.
a festival, so there's not like a lot of places to stand.
They were in the pit. Like,
Yeah.
and you
It was
guys
a
didn't watch.
festival, so there was not a lot of places to stay at.
Well, I think it'd be really
Like,
weird
Is
if
that
you were
what you told your mom in middle school dance? She was like, honey, you should not have been that close to that boy. Mom, we were in the middle. There was not a lot
Mom,
of places to stand.
our gymnasium is not that big. Where do you want me to go? Where should my hands and mouth go,
My
Mom?
butt had to be on his pee, okay? Sorry.
To be fair, you guys didn't watch 1923. I did. If she ended up with Spencer Dutton, I'd ship it just like Glenn Powell. They would be hot together.
Okay, well, they do kind of weirdly look alike.
They
Brandon
do. They,
Skilnar.
yeah.
Well, his name is not stuck with me since. So hopefully after Housemaid, I've acquired him as one of our groups of like hot men.
He's in the mix. Oh, it is interesting though, because he can take a bad picture.
Yeah,
If-
sure
if you,
can.
If you Google him, he can take a bad picture, but he can take a lot of good ones too.
Like that, like angle.
You're so right. And also, he just wasn't going to get any of the attention at all during It Ends With Us.
Correct.
Poor thing.
Poor thing.
Poor thing. He's got to just dance with Sydney Sweeney to get any attention.